So when the M1 Max came out, one of the first questions I had was the compatibility with a lot of the hardware I'd been using over the years. So we're just going to run through several different things here, including some stuff from like almost 20 years ago. So let's check it out. Okay, so TLDR, everything worked. I didn't really have any problems other than software. So I'm going to say that if your hardware worked on Big Sur on an Intel Mac, it's probably going to work on an M1 Mac, the caveat being software. So some of the apps I had were buggy, some just flat out didn't work. Silverfast doesn't launch at all, and Betaflight crashes sometimes. Hopefully at the time you're watching this video, the software has been updated to support it, but if you're still interested in watching the rest of the video, go for it. Okay, so the first thing is a Thunderbolt 3 Express Dock HD from Belkin. I picked it up on eBay really cheap because I needed something with more ports. Don't pay $349 for this. Go on eBay, get it for 50 bucks. Everything on it seems to work. My only problem was, and I've had this problem with this monitor before, it didn't see it over DisplayPort, so I just got a DisplayPort to HDMI cable, and that works fine. So that might be something to try if you're having video issues. But other than that, everything works fine. So next, I've got an Arduino Nano here, a Blink program. So let's upload. And the Blink program works. So no issues there. And here's the same program using a SparkFun FTDI adapter on a Adafruit Pro trinket. And it's blinking, so it works. Next. Here is the OpenTX companion app version 2.3.10, reading the models and settings from a FrSky X-Lite Pro. You can see it loaded them in. Oops. And everything looks fine. I don't need to flash my firmware, but since I got this far, I'm going to assume it would flash firmware just fine. This is FreeRider recharged using the controller as a USB joystick. This is Betaflight configurator running with a, I think it's a Crazy Bee F4 flight controller. I found it's not very stable, but when it works, it seems to work just fine. So hopefully we just get a software update for Betaflight. Here you can see all my controls are working, and you could configure it if you needed to. I've had it crash before. Of course it's going to work perfect because I'm filming, but just know that I've had it crash fairly consistently, so just something to be aware of. This is a Spider 5 Express monitor calibrator. I'm not going to show you the setup process because it takes a really long time, but I've tested it and it works, so that's good news. Logitech's G-Hub software seems to work fine. You can see I can play with the animations here. This is a Nikon Coolscan 5 ED. It's a 35mm negative scanner. I'm using ViewScan 9. I have not been able to get Silverfast to work, so that's something to be aware of. Even ViewScan is a little buggy, but Silverfast flat out would not launch. Okay, so if you hit preview, nothing happens. So here you can see it's not really wanting to scan. Okay, and then it's going to work that time. Okay, looks good. Let's move on. So the next scanner is this Epson Perfection V600. It has a transparency unit for scanning film negatives. The last update before Big Sur, I believe, killed ICE support for Epson Scan, so they let everybody use a free version of Silverfast. I've not been able to get Silverfast to work. ViewScan doesn't seem to see the scanner at all, so that's not an option either. Epson Scan 2, however, launches just fine, but you're not going to get any ICE support. Zoom in. All right. Okay, so that was everything I could think of to test. Everything seems to work for the most part, other than, you know, software mishaps here and there, but hopefully that gets updated. Anyway, that's it for this video. See you guys next time.